Roleplay. Group 1, Niala Rain M. Dapol, Eliza Soriano, Daria de la Cruz, Job Carillo, Johanna Jerica Odejar, Aubrey Lina Banaag, Leon Flores, Iana Marie Gonzalez. Chosen scientific attitudes: curiosity, open-mindedness, responsibility, risk-taking. Characters: Nayala as Caroline, Eliza as Diana, Job as Vinx, Dariel as Noah, Iana as Missy, Johanna as Rafaela, Rian as Erica, Aubrey as Kim, Alexandra as Jade. Scene 1, Monday. Day 1 at Harvard University, there were these students that were hurrying to go to class because they were running late. When they arrived at class, they were surprised because they didn't know that they were going to be classmates and that they were also going to the same class subject. After that, they introduced themselves in front of class. And then they had their first activity, about inventing something that can be used. They were divided into groups. The cool thing here is that the late students were grouped together by their professor. They had their first meeting.
Hi guys, so we'll be early.
I think we can have Caroline. What do you think, guys?
I'm good with that.
We're cool with that. When do we start, Caroline?
Maybe tomorrow. Are you guys okay with that? 1 p.m. sharp. Bye.
Yeah, we're good with that. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Scene 2, Tuesday, 12:45 p.m. Vinx arrived early to their spot and then the others arrived early too. As Caroline arrived, she was surprised that they were early. I thought we were the late squad. Anyways, let's start inventing.
What are we going to invent?
Any suggestions? Feel free to say your suggestions.
How about the light bulb?
Any other suggestions?
We're good with that.
Good with that.
Do we need supplies?
Good question, Erica. Yes, we need some supplies. Who can buy the supplies?
We can buy it.
That's great, thanks. While the boys were buying the supplies, the girls started planning on how to invent a light bulb.
Since we have a plan now, maybe we can wait for the boys and start the invention.
Sure. What is taking them so long?
Yeah, what's taking them so long? I think we forgot something.
We did forget about something. We forgot to tell them what supplies to buy.
Now I know what's taking them so long. Now the boys have arrived, looking very tired. Now that the boys are here, we can check the things that they bought.
We bought everything we thought that is needed.
Also, we still don't know how to make one and supplies needed for inventing a light bulb.
We planned what we're going to do while you guys were buying supplies, so maybe Rafaela can do a summary of what we talked about.
Before we start, first things first, we need these things. First, we need 2 strands of copper wire, roughly 1 to 2 feet each. Second, we need 4 electrical clips. Third, we need clean glass of jar. And lastly, we need 5 or more batteries.
Next is we will need a mechanical pencil lead.
Third is hook the copper wires up to the electrical clips.
Fourth is attach the battery to the material.
Fifth is clamp a copper wire to one end of the batteries.
6, stand that the 2 remaining clips, then clamp the between them.
There is something missing. Maybe we should try things and see if it works.
I agree with that. We need to discover new things.
Hey guys, let's just continue this tomorrow. We're running late. We should head to our dorms at this hour.
Sure,
Sure,
bye.
bye. As Noah was walking towards his dorm, he found something on the ground. He immediately picked it up. As he was being curious, he thought that that's the thing that is missing. Scene 3, Wednesday. This weird-looking thing kept bugging Noah if he will share it to his groupmates or not. As he was walking to go to their spot, he finally made a decision.
Fine, I'll share it to my group mates.
Hey, what's that weird thing on your hand?
Noah got
Hey,
startled.
you started.
Noah got startled by Vinks coming out of nowhere.
Hey, you started me, bro. I also don't know what's this thing.
As the others arrived, they also saw this weird thing Noah was holding. So they asked Noah, but he also don't know what it is.
Let's ask Professor.
That's a great idea, let's go!
That's a great idea. Let's go.
As the professor told them about that it is a graphite, they suddenly started being curious about what is a graphite. So they did a research in an encyclopedia book of what is a graphite. It took them an hour to see what it means.
Now we know what it means. Maybe we can try this for our missing thing in the invention.
Are you guys okay with that? Also, we need to make sure that we are going to invent in an enclosed area. So if ever it explodes or whatsoever, no one else will be affected. Where can we find an enclosed place?
I know where we find an enclosed place. Let's go to my grandpa's old lab. I lead the way.
Thanks, Erica.
Thanks, Erica.
As they arrived at the lab, they started inventing that could take risks.
What if this fails? What are we going to do?
Let's look on the bright side. No matter what happens, if this fails or not, we still did our best.
You're right, though.
Shall we start? Let's do this!
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Suddenly, a text from their professor popped up on Vinks' cell phone, saying, "Tomorrow you will pass your invention, 9 a.m. sharp." Vinks got shocked. He thought it was until next week.
Guys, I need to tell you something. Professor texted me saying we should pass our inventory tomorrow.
How can we finish that today? That's very challenging.
Do this right.
Of course we can. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? Let's go, Late Squad!
Let's go, Light Squad.
As they finished it at exactly 2 in the morning, they were so proud of themselves.
We did it!
After that, they all head to their dorms to get some sleep for tomorrow's presentation. Thursday, 9 a.m., they arrived at their science class at 8:30 a.m. Their professor was surprised because they were early for class. As they presented it, the professor noticed about their talents on being a scientist, and their attitudes was really fitted for being a scientist, such as curiosity about the graphite, open-mindedness of everybody and suggestions, responsibility for making sure that if ever something explodes in their inventory, they are in an enclosed lab, risk-taking because they still pursue their inventory even if they're doubting that it will succeed or fail.